Russian forces are retreating from Toretsk just 1 month after claiming full control of the eastern Ukrainian mining town, according to Forbes. Toretsk, a strategic town in eastern Ukraine, is crucial for controlling supply routes and advancing in Donetsk Oblast. Its elevated position and logistics role make it a key target. Russian forces sought to use it to disrupt Ukrainian defenses and push toward Chasiv Yar and Kramatorsk, but recent Ukrainian advances have reversed their gains. Ukrainian forces led by the 12th Azov Brigade, along with military police and territorial units, have pushed the Russian 2nd Combined Arms Army out of much of Toretsk. The Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategies reported Sunday that Ukrainian troops have advanced on Druzhby Street in the center of the town and on Budivelnykiv Street farther south. "All the signs are there," said Kirill Budanov, head of Ukraine's intelligence directorate, referring to Russian exhaustion after losing more than 500,000 troops and 15,000 vehicles since February 2022. The battle for Toretsk has been particularly brutal, with 8 months of urban combat characterized by the demolition of entire high-rises before Russian forces initially claimed control in early February. The pre-war population of the mining town was approximately 30,000. While Ukrainian forces have also suffered heavy casualties, around 300,000 troops, they maintain a crucial advantage with superior drone technology. The 12th Azov Brigade has deployed a new drone called Seth. It autonomously flies lazy circles over the battlefield, scanning for the distinctive shapes of Russian vehicles before automatically homing in with its 10-pound warhead. A Seth apparently can beam video back to its operators but may not have to, reports Forbes war correspondent David Axe. It keeps station by way of a multi-channel GPS receiver that's resistant to jamming. Its autonomy makes it hard to defeat, short of simply shooting it down. Russian troops in Toretsk are reportedly resorting to attacking on motorcycles, instead of slower-moving tanks, in hopes of dodging Ukrainian drones, Axe says. Similar dynamics are playing out near Pokrovsk, 30 miles southeast of Toretsk, where Russians are also retreating. However, in Russia's Kursk Oblast, the situation is reversed. Ukrainian forces face supply shortages and sophisticated drone attacks, leading to their own retreat. High-stakes talks between Ukraine and the United States have started in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. According to Associated Press, journalists briefly entered the room to see the two sides as the meeting began at a luxury hotel in the Red Sea port city on Tuesday. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio smiled for the camera, while Ukrainian officials sat without expression at a table across from them. Saudi Arabia's foreign minister was on hand for the talks. American, Saudi and Ukrainian flags stood in the background. Officials answered no shouted questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, media.
Mr. Yermak, what do you hope to accomplish today?
Thank you, media.
Advisor Waltz, we expect weapons to be turned back on.
Are you hoping to get a ceasefire?
Secretary Rubio, are you open to a partial ceasefire?
Thank you, media.
Secretary Rubio, Sky News. Do you think you'll get a ceasefire?
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Saudi Arabia on Monday to visit the oil-rich kingdom's crown prince ahead of his team's meeting with America's top diplomat on Tuesday. According to Associated Press, Saudi state television reported Zelensky's arrival in Jeddah, a port city on the Red Sea where the Ukraine-US summit will take place. At stake is the military aid and intelligence previously offered by the United States that had helped Kiev since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was en route to Jeddah as well, but it didn't appear that he and Zelensky would meet in person there.
Mr. President, welcome. We're very glad to have you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday expressed optimism about upcoming talks in Saudi Arabia aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. "We're looking at a lot of things. We have big meetings coming up, as you know, in Saudi Arabia that's going to include Russia. It'll be Ukraine. We'll see if we can get something done. I'd like to get something done. A lot of people died this week, as you know, in Ukraine, not only Ukrainians but Russians. So I think everybody wants to see it get done. We're going to make a lot of progress, I believe, this week," Trump said. According to Associated Press, Trump also said ending the war would be in the best interests of both Russia and Ukraine. "I say they don't have the cards. Nobody really has the cards. Russia doesn't have the cards. What you have to do is you have to make a deal and you have to stop the killing. It's a senseless war. And we're going to get it stopped." Trump also said tariffs will be good for the U.S. economy. "We're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money. I'm telling you, you just watch. We're going to have jobs. We're going to have open factories. It's going to be great," he said. The president spoke while on Air Force One flying from Florida to Washington, D.C.